So my name is Owen Daniels. I'm part of Black Kids Travel.
This is Wyon, Sandstorm, Saint, Sunny, Chloe, and Majesty. And we are Black Kids Travel. We live in Indonesia now, on an island called Bali, but we didn't always. I'm originally from Flint, Michigan, a small Midwestern city known for its water crisis.
What do we want?
And growing up as a kid was very interesting for me, as I was adopted at birth, but in my opinion was a blessing in disguise. My biological mom was in an orphanage home when she had me, and her orphanage mother was the one who adopted me. And at the age of 16, everything changed for me, as I found out my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and a year later eventually passing away. Around that time, the only thing that kept my mind focused was self-development books and motivational videos. Before moving out the Midwest, I had the opportunity to meet Eric Thomas, one of the world's best motivational speakers, which led me to meeting Wyon. We were hungry for more opportunities, so we decided to move to Los Angeles. While in LA, we were able to build a community of like-minded thinkers who had the passion to travel and inspire the whole world. Due to the restrictions caused by the pandemic, we decided to leave America and move to Indonesia. While in the midst of having fun, we were noticing the whole island around us was suffering due to its main economic source of income, tourism. In the year 2019, it had a total of almost 6.3 million tourist arrivals. A year later, in 2020, that number declined to around 1.5 million tourist arrivals. And almost a year to date, as of August 2021, that number declined to around 141,000 tourist arrivals. So we knew we just had to make an impact.
As far as I can remember, Saint was talking about this no project, no fly zone. I forgot what it's called.
To be honest, I don't know how we started with Innovate Indonesia. Like, I was just at home like every day, and I guess we were talking about how we should be giving back because we were having tons of fun at the estates, and we were thinking about different ways to do it. We didn't want to go and be like everyone else and just go give somebody $10 on the side of the street. We wanted to make a bigger impact.
How can we donate? How can we contribute? How can we support and not just feel like we are just so beneficial or privileged to be here? So, and then also for me, from my perspective, is that where we come from, you know, it kind of mirrors where we come from. So it was kind of like a no-brainer, just kind of like common sense that we needed to actually give to our roots, you know, kind of give back. We started speaking to the locals, some of our drivers and just people that we talked to, and they were basically saying that the children at these orphanages and start giving us resources as to where we can go. And the first location was Hope's Children's Home, and I believe it's in Canggu or a little bit close to Canggu. And when we first went there, it was very life-changing. It was immediately heart-wrenching, and then that's when I think we first felt fully invested.
Automatically, our vision changed to really see how the living situations was and the infrastructure of the orphanage. We had to do more. We had to actually build a relationship with them.
It wasn't anything like I really expected. You kind of seen the towels on the floor were a little messed up, but they introduced us with an amazing welcome song, and we're in such gratitude, and it really made me understand how happy they were just to be amongst each other and brought so much light to us.
Yeah, we really noticed that we didn't know what we were doing. Like, we tried to go to these orphanages and give a whole bunch of food, like vegan food, because we're all vegan in the house. But we realized that these kids just eat rice every single day, so that was a little challenge. And it made us think about doing things more. Like, we want to renovate the walls, we want to do the tiles on the floor. Kids really need a new environment, so if we can make the new environment better for them to use their creation and imagination, I think that's more of an impact that we really want to do.
What's your name and when did you start the orphanage?
Thank you. This orphanage started by my father. My father is Reverend Dr. Daniel and his wife. And then from 1974, and then from 1999, he gave me to continue look for the children.
Nice.
My name is Tris.
Trish.
Yes, good name, yeah?
So yeah, today
Thank
me
you.
and the team, we decided to stop at Hope's Children Orphanage. And it was actually a pretty humbling experience because it brought me back to my childhood when I was actually orphan and my adopted mom adopted me. But to really just to see so many kids like, you know, just grateful and, you know, just happy despite all of them, like their circumstances. It's like one of those real life humbling things, you know, to kind of like really never forget where you come from. So yeah, I mean, things is beautiful. We will revamp this place, you know, bring more organic and yeah, just do what's right. Do what just makes sense.
Second location was a location in Uluwatu, not too far from where we were staying. And I believe that orphanage was called Bali Life Foundation. And the same thing, it was just so interesting how just once you spent time with children and got to see how they were living, how invested you felt that, you know, immediately felt like family. Just kind of wanting to make sure that these kids as like seeds were making sure that they had the right, you know, upbringing and the right nourishment around them.
And you can really see the difference in renovations between the two orphanages.
So every morning we start our day off at our house with a howl, like howl.
So like it kind of, I think we do it too, just to stay in that kid element. And then also like as the kids, like to just be able to play with them, for us to get back in our imagination, to like going back to when we were in school, like throwing paper planes. But the cool thing about it was like we were throwing more than one paper plane. Like these kids got some amazing paper planes. Like we were flying them all over the place. And then another thing that really just stood out for me that made me feel really good was to see them do yoga. Because, you know, the way that you feel, even right now I'm slouching, but the way that you feel, I saw a lot of kids back, you know, starting to like arch over. So I was thinking that like maybe we can, you know, do some type of exercises or some type of like body workouts or something with the kids to make sure that they stay flexible. So yeah, it was just cool. Two things, like imagination and also like just having the kids be active. And honestly, they're masters. They were really showing us the way. You know, we didn't score a goal. I'm going back. I got his Instagram. I need to get my revenge. It just can't happen like that. We going back.
You know what? Yeah, we did get defeated like really bad, but I think the worst part about it was one kid was like 2 years old or something. Like he barely can walk, and he was doing me up like throughout my legs and making me sweat, and I was like out of breath after, like really out of breath.
I was also able to chat with the girls, and I asked them what it is that they wanted to be when they grow up, and some of them said that they wanted to really learn how to use the back office of computers and work in offices, and others said that they wanted to be flight attendants.
We want to assist in a way that, you know, is like family, and I feel like no matter where you are in the world, whether it be in California to Indonesia, like we all are brothers and sisters. So when I see the children, I just see my little nieces and nephews.
So after starting this Innovate Indonesia mission, we really realized how big this is. Like we can actually do more than just give these kids food. Like we can go there and renovate and innovate the place. We also want to innovate their mindsets. They had these uniforms they've been wearing for years on. So we came through and we made them these fly shirts with our logo on the back.
They had like drums, but it was like a bucket. So you know what we decided to do? We went to like Denpasar, which is like the city here in Bali. And we went to like this drum factory, like locals, handmade drums, where they be having like the big ceremonies with. So that was dope. So we went to go support them, and then we was driving on the road one day, and we seen my one guy, Wayan. He had like 50 jerseys. So we stopped, supported him, and it was actually pretty humbling because he was just saying like it's literally been like almost like 3 weeks, and he hasn't made no money, and basically us supporting him, buying the jerseys for the kids, he was able to feed his family for a few weeks. He hooked us up with some jerseys, some Calvin Klein boxers. It was dope that, you know, we took the girls from the second orphanage, which was Bali Life Foundation. We went to like the big like supermarket here, got them tons of like underwear for them to wear. It was a lot of things, mops, brooms. So it was just like real beautiful to kind of like not only supporting the kids, but also like supporting like local business here in Indonesia, which is, I think, is a win-win for everyone.
The call is for anyone who can relate, the black sheep, the ones who felt at a point in life the thing that they lacked most was the support. Now is our time to come together as one and to really make a change and to really innovate, so this sense of heaven on earth can really happen right now.
So we're not just talking about Innovate Indonesia, we want to branch out to Innovate India, Innovate Western Europe, like everywhere. We want to just bring more goodness in this world and spread more creativity and imagination energy around.
Not to say that I didn't care, or not to even say you should care, you know, but to really now just to be living a life that I am living, which I'm super blessed, but to also like see like how affordable, like 7 USD, it's 100,000 rupiahs here, which 100,000 rupiah can feed like a family for like 3 to 4 days off of, like, you know, of the necessities of rice, oils, tempeh, vegetables. It's just so beautiful, like really giving back and not expecting anything in return, you know. Just, and as we've seen, like these kids, you know, of course they need food, clothes, but the thing is like resources, and just being able to like provide that opportunity or platform for resources, and just like start something that's like, I don't even want to sound cliche, but start something that's positive, but like really start doing good in the world, you know, or like really small step at a time. And I don't know, I think it's just, to me, I think it's dope just going to orphanages, really chilling with the kids, really like listening. And then of course, if it's resources that these kids need, or, you know, the family needs, being able to like, you know, fill that gap.
So whether you're donating $7 or $100, or you decide to donate once or multiple times, everything will be tracked on a weekly newsletter that will be sent to you in an email or through our WhatsApp Discord, so you can continue to stay in the loop and involved in what it is that we're doing here in Indonesia.